Regarding rebirth, avatars, and reincarnations, there are many doubts. Some people ask whether rebirths are real. We hear many stories of reincarnations, people who can remember their previous birth. Of course, this is a matter of faith or belief, and maybe to an extent it can be true also. Means, for example, rebirth is nothing but recycling of energy. In physics, there is a law which states energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it changes form from kinetic to potential. A similar slope is there in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, slok 22, which more or less means the same, that kinetic to potential conversion of energy is recycling or rebirth. You can refer to that slok because that is not the topic here. Sun is the basic form of energy on this earth. Plants prepare their food by photosynthesis. These plants are eaten by herbivorous animals. These herbivorous animals are eaten by carnivorous animals, and human being is omnivorous. So basically, the foundation food source is the sun, and all these plants and animals, after eating, they reproduce, and after some point of time they die. When they die, scavengers and microbes will decompose their bodies. So now scavengers and microbes are living on dead beings, and they are having food. So poison of one is food of another. So ultimately, sun, which is providing the energy to the plants, it is going to the microbes. These microbes will decompose whatever is dead and gone and convert it to mud. And this fertile land will give food to the plants again. So energy in different forms looks different, but the source is the same. And if a person dies, then what happens? He stops breathing, his pupils do not dilate, and he will not respond to anything. But then, do ghosts exist? That is also a very big topic, because as far as psychiatry goes, belief in God and ghost are beliefs. One is a positive belief, one is a negative belief, and there is no harm as long as it is not harming anyone. But both are beliefs. So, if energy is transformed, if a person dies, for some point the energy has to stay somewhere before it is converted to another form. So maybe that negative energy, which some people can sense, is ghost, because right now we don't have scientific methods to prove the existence of these transient energies which exist between two transitions, means from one death to another life, from one life to another death. Means, for example, one animal dies, then microbes live on it. So microbes are living on the dead animal and reproducing, and further on they will produce fertile soil also. So in between the energy has to stay somewhere in the potential form, and that potential energy sometimes we are able to calculate or detect using instruments, and sometimes it is not possible. That is, as I said, it's our limit. We can't see, we can't hear, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So if energy changes form, so it can change in any form. So that is, recycling is nothing but rebirth. In between, it is in a suspended animation state. For example, when a fetus is in the womb of a mother, it is suspended. It is feeding on the mother, but it is living. It is growing also inside the mother. In all types of animals, mammals, especially mammals. But when that child is growing cell by cell, one on one, it is transforming through different levels of physical existence. And once it grows, because the pregnancy periods for different animals are different, and that is natural. But that pregnancy period, which is called a gestation period, is a potential energy period where the life is being formed but is not complete. And the mother can sense the child can sense the mother, and outsiders we can see that the child is growing inside the womb, and that's the limit. And after it is born, it is complete, an independent entity. And we think that we have produced that child. Basically, it is a miracle. From one single cell, it can form into a human being, or in case of an elephant, it forms into an elephant. So different life forms take place in different styles. So we have to accept that if there is a creation, then there has to be a creator also. The creator may not be visible every time. For example, if we see a boy or a girl, naturally he must be having parents. Or supposing if we see a car, it must have been made somewhere, no? Or any inanimate object, for example, table or chair, someone creates it somewhere. We cannot deny the existence of a creator, because without a creator, there cannot be a creation. We have to accept that. Of course, as I said, further on when more tools will come, when we will grow scientifically and more instruments will come sensitive, we will be able to calculate all these things and even see all these things clearly. Because as on date, we don't have tools to measure all these invisible parameters. So we have to, again, as I said, wait and watch for further progress.